Students, Saira, this is Megha Miss here, and today we are going to do the revision of lesson number work and energy. This is the revision part 2. Okay, I hope you have seen the revision part 1 of the same lesson. Today's revision in this chapter we are going to do, that is of one derivation which I told you about free fall, and we will see the sums again. Okay, now we'll start. This is the derivation which we had for the free fall. You all know what is free fall. What was, student, free fall you have studied? Free fall is that you can say an object is in free fall when it is only falling under the influence of the gravity. Yes, under the influence of the gravitational force. That time you can say that yes, the object is in free fall. Okay, students. Now here, as shown in the figure, the point A is at a height h from the ground. Okay, students, just see here. I'll show you. See, now here the point A is at an height h from the ground. Now this C is your ground point and this A is your point is your height, which is h. Okay. Now let the point B be at a distance x vertically below A. So vertically if you see below A, this is the point B and which is at the distance x. Okay, students. Let the point C be the ground. Okay, now only I told you, directly below A and B. Okay, let us calculate the energies of the objects at the point A, B and C. So we are going to calculate the energies at the points A, B and C. I hope you understood. Okay. So A is the upper point, B is the middle point and C is your ground point. Okay. Total height A to C is your h. In between A to B is your x. So you can see here the height from B to C, you can see here it is written h minus x. That is the total height h minus the smaller height, if you do, that is x, you will get the height of this B to C. Okay, students, did you understand this? Okay, now we will see. Now we will see when the first condition is when the object is stationary at point A. If the object is stationary at point A, its initial velocity will be 0. You have studied this. Anytime you will see that initial velocity is always equal to 0. Okay, students. Now kinetic energy, you know the formula, half into mass into velocity square, that is half mv square. Yes. Now here velocity, we have taken initial velocity, that means we are writing it as u square. Okay, we are not writing it as v square. Why? V is the final velocity, right? So what it happened now, u square, value of u, you know, 0. 0 square value is 0. 0 multiplied by half, 0 multiplied by m, value is going to be 0. So have I written Ke is equal to 0? Yes, my kinetic energy at that point A is 0. Okay. Now what about potential energy? You know the formula for the potential energy, that is mgh. Now here the height we have taken from ground to point A is h. So I have written the height as mgh. M is the mass of the object, g is the gravity and h is the height. Right. So what is the total energy, students, now? Kinetic energy plus potential energy. So 0 plus mgh. What is the total energy you are getting? mgh. Okay, students. This is your first equation. Okay. Now see here. Let the velocity of the object be vb. Now what we are taking? Let the velocity of the object be vb, means now it has increased. From 0, it has increased to vb because it is going to come to point B. From A, now it is going to come to point B. Okay. When it reaches the point B, having fallen through a distance x. Yes, student, in the diagram we saw distance we are taking from A to B is your x. Okay, so now here again initial velocity, you know, it is going to be 0. Displacement, what it has taken place, how much distance it has traveled from A to B, x we have taken. So instead of s, we will write it as x. Okay, and A, acceleration, is our gravity. Yes, this is everything going, and as the object is coming from A to C to the ground. So whose influence? Gravity. Okay, so we have taken A is equal to g. Okay student, now V square, you know this formula, V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. This is Newton's third law. Okay, what you will get? VB square, we have taken velocity as at point B na, so VB square is equal to 0 plus 2gx. So what we got? VB square is equal to 2gx. Okay, it is plus 0, so we are having the answer, that is 2gx. Okay, now see here. Next we will see kinetic energy, yes, is equal to half mvb square. Now first we will calculate kinetic energy. Yes, now you know vb square, what is the value we got for vb square? You got it as 2gx. Yes, I have substituted here 2gx. Yes, half m into 2gx. Yes, now what is the kinetic energy I got? Can I cancel out this 2 with this 2? Yes. So what is remaining? mgx. So did I get kinetic energy as mgx? Yes. Now the height of the object when at point B, what we have seen, what is the height? H minus x was the height. Yes, from the ground. What was the height of B? H minus x. Okay, so what will be the potential energy, student? Formula is mgh. Now height is what? H minus x. So I have substituted this h minus x. Okay, so what I got? mg multiply by h minus x. Okay, now when I solve this, mg into h will become mgh. Okay, and again I have to multiply this mg with this x. So what it will become? mgx. Understood? You know this. Okay, now what is happening? This is my potential energy what I got. Okay, so now what is my total energy? That will be this mg, just a moment, this mgx plus this. Okay, now what you can see here, this is positive mgx and this is negative mgx. Can I cancel out each other? Yes, I can cancel out. So this mgx and this mgx got cancelled. What is the total energy, students, you got? Total energy is equal to mgh. Okay students, now next we will see, let the velocity of the object be vc. Now we will take the velocity as what, students? Vc. Okay, when it reaches the ground near the point C. Okay, now you know already, I told you everywhere you have to take it 0. S now will become h, because from point A the height till the C was h. Okay, and A is equal to g, that is acceleration, we will take it as gravity. Okay, now we are using the same formula, v square is equal to u square plus 2as. Okay, so instead of now vc square I will write. Okay, u square, you know value is 0, I have substituted, and instead of s what I have to write? H, because h is the displacement. Small s means what? Displacement. So here our displacement is the h. Okay, now what I am getting? Kinetic energy is half mvc square. Vc square, what value I have got? 2gh. Yes, now I have substituted that 2gh here. Okay, now what I got? Can I cancel out this 2 and this 2 here? This one 2? Yes, so what is remaining? mgh. Right, these terms are remaining. So have I written kinetic energy is equal to mgh? Yes. Okay, now see here. Now the height of the object from the ground at point C is h is equal to 0. Yes, from C it can't go inside, so our height from C is 0. So potential energy is mgh. So you know if h is 0, mg into 0 will become 0. So what is our total energy again, students? Kinetic energy plus potential energy means mgh plus 0, you will get total energy as mgh. Okay, now if you see in all the three equations, total energy at all the 3 points is same. Yes, so the energy, as we have studied the law of conservation of energy, it cannot be destroyed. We can only convert it from one form to another. Okay students, so whenever at any point in the free fall, if you calculate the total energy, it is going to be same. Okay students, I hope you understood this again now. Okay, now we are going to start with our sums. Okay, now the first sum, an electric pump has 2 kilowatt power How much water will the pump lift every minute to a height of 10 meter? Okay students, so our electric meter pump is there whose power is given to us, that is 2 kilowatts. Okay, and height is given, that is 10 meter. Okay students, now see here, this is the way I have solved it in my book. I want you to solve it in your book also. Whenever you are watching this video, please take your book and pen and go on solving with me. Okay, now see here, what is my power student? Power P is given 2 kilowatts. Okay, first I have to convert it into watts. Okay, so I have to multiply it by 10 raised to 3. So 2 into 10 raised to 3 watts it will become. Okay, just nothing, I have multiplied by 1000. So 1000 I can write it as 10 raised to 3. Okay, now as 1 kilowatt, as I have written there, 1000 watts. Time it is given 1 minute, so it will become 60 seconds. Okay, and what I have to find? Mass of the water, that is M. Okay, now you know power is equal to W upon T. This formula you have studied. Now here work done is stored in the form of potential energy, as water is stored in the pump, right? So it is possessing potential energy. So work done will be equal to what? Potential energy. So can I substitute potential energy formula instead of work? Yes, what is that formula? mgh, right? So what the power becomes formula now? P is equal to mgh upon T. Now see here, okay, I'll show you. Now what we have written, as I told you, potential energy will be there, it is mgh. Okay, here you can see I have written mgh up. Okay, and what is potential energy equal to the work? See here I have written that is equal to mgh. Yes, so what is the formula now? Power it has become mgh upon T. Okay, now you know power value, you know 2 into 10 raised to 3. M value we have to find it out. G value you know it is 9.8 and 10 is your height. Okay, upon 60 is your time. When I do this calculations, you're going to do the calculations in your book. So here 2 into 10 raised to 3 I have written 2000. Multiply by 60. When 60 will go there, it will be in multiplication, and 9.8 into 10 will go in the denominator this side. Yes, so what you are getting? M is equal to, you are getting 12 into 10 raised to 4 upon 98. Yes, when you do the division, you are going to get the value, that is 12 to 4.5 kg. Okay students, so mass of the water which is lifted every minute is how much? 12 to 4.5 kg. Okay students, I hope now you have understood this sum. You are going to do it on your own. Okay, now the next sum. If a 1200 watt electric iron is used daily for 30 minutes. So again power is given. Okay, how much total electricity is consumed in the month of April we have to find. Okay students, now see here, given power is given, as I told you. What is the power given to us? That is 1200 watts. So we have to convert it into kilowatts now. Okay, so we will multiply it 10 raised to minus 3. Okay, because I have to convert it into kilowatts. For watts I have multiplied by 10 raised to 3. Here I will multiply by 10 raised to minus 3. Okay, now time is how much it is given students? 30 minutes. So it will be, I have to convert it into hours. So I have made it as 0.5 hours. Okay, now number of days in April. How much is the number of days students in April? 30. Okay, now what we have to find? The electricity consumed E. This we have to find. Now you are going to remember the formula. Here the formula is changing. Electricity, that is E, is equal to power into time into number of days. Okay, this is our formula. Now you know how much is our power? 1200 into 10 raised to minus 3. I have substituted all values. Multiply by 0.5 into 30. Okay, time we have to take in hours here, taken here. Okay, when you do this multiplication, here you can see what is the value I am getting. 10 raised to minus 3, I have kept it as it is. Okay, when I do this multiplication, what I am getting? I am getting this. Okay, that means 18,000 multiplied by 10 raised to minus 3. Now this 18,000 I can write it as 18 multiplied by 10 raised to 3. Multiply by this 10 raised to minus 3. Now this minus 3 and plus 3 can be cancelled off, and only value what will be remaining, that is 18 units. Okay students, I hope you understood this. Yes, you solve it on your own. Okay. Now next we are going to see if the energy of the ball falling from a height of 10 meter. Okay, a ball is falling with some energy which is at a height of 10 meter. From 10 meter it is falling. Okay, and it is reduced by 40%, means the total energy it got reduced to 40%. How high will it rebound? Rebound means what? It will bounce back. Okay, here two potential energies as the ball is rebounding, that is bouncing back. So two potential energies you will be having. Okay, now given height h1 we will take. Okay, that is 10 meters. PE means that is the rebound potential energy is equal to total potential energy minus 40% of the potential energy at 10 meter. Okay, what it means? Potential energy of rebound is equal to total, that is 100, minus 40% of potential energy, that is at 10 meter. Okay students, now we will see. To find H2 we have to find. Okay, now what we have done? We have taken PE1, okay, that we have taken as mgH1, and PE2 we have taken it as mgH2. Okay, H1 and H2, and PE1 and PE2. Okay, now you know PE2 it is reduced by 40%, right? So what it will become? We will do 100 minus 40 of PE1. 100 is the total potential energy, minus 40% it is reduced. Okay, original one, right? So PE1 is your original and PE2 is the rebounding potential energy. Okay, so it will become 100 minus 40 is your 60% of PE1. Okay, now dividing equation 1 and 2. I am going to divide this both equations. Okay, what I am getting? PE2 upon PE1 is equal to mgH2 upon mgH1. Now here mg got cancel up and down, up and down. Okay, mg, this mg and this mg will get cancel off. What is remaining? Only H2 upon H1 will remain. Okay, and here what is remaining? PE2 upon PE1. Okay, now you know the value for PE2 we have got this 60% of PE1. We have got this value. Yes, so have I substituted here PE2 value? Okay, upon this PE1 is equal to H2 upon H1. Now this PE1 and PE1 will get cancelled. What is remaining? Only 60% is equal to H2 upon H1. Okay students, now see here. So what you will get? 60% is equal to H2 upon H1. Now 60%, percent means what? 60 upon 100. So have I written 60 upon 100? Just a moment. Yes, 60 upon 100 is equal to H2 upon H1 value. No, it is 10. I have written here H1 value is substituted. Okay, now you know if I want this H2, what I have to do? This 10 is there. What I have to do? It will go to this side. So what it became? 60 into 10 upon 100. I have to find H2 value. So it will become 60 into 10 upon 100. So it became 600 upon 100. That is 6 meters is your answer. Okay students, did you understand? This 10 is in denominator here. When it will go this side, it will go to the numerator with 60. Okay, so we solved it and we got the ball will rebound 6 meter high. This is the value of H2. Okay students, now next sum. The velocity of a car increases from 54 km per hour to 72 km per hour. Okay, velocity has increased. How much is the work done? We have to find out. If the mass of the car is 1500 kg. Here all conversions of unit to SI system we have to convert first. Okay, so to convert to SI system, what I have to do? I have to convert kilometer per hour into meter per second. Okay, so what I have done? Kilometers to meters I have done multiply. So I have multiplied 54 by 1000. And for converting this hour to seconds, I have to divide it by 3600 seconds. Okay, so what is the answer I am getting when I am solving this? 54 into 1000 divide by 3600. Answer I am getting 15 meter per second. Okay, this is our initial velocity of the car which we have taken as u, because the velocity of car increases from means this is its initial now, and what is its increase was 72. Okay, so our final velocity of car v we have taken as again kilometer per hour, we have converted to meter per second. Again same multiplication into 1000 divided by 3600. Okay, what is the mass of the car? 1500 kg. Okay students, now see here, work done we have to find out. Now what is the work done? Final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy. This formula we will use. What we will use? That is, as it is in motion, so it will be having kinetic energy students, not the potential energy. So we have written final is half mv square minus half mu square. Okay, now what we have did, half m we have taken common, v square minus u square. Now you know v square, v value 20 and u value is 15. We got it. Yes, what we have done? We have done the squaring. Mass value you know it is 1500. We have substituted that. Okay, 20 square is 400. 15 square is 225. And you have done this calculation. Okay, what you got? 175. 400 minus 225, you got 175. So you will do this calculation, this step calculation. When you do, you will get the answer, that is 131250 joules. Okay, it is a work, so we are going to write SI system unit, that is joule. Okay students, did you understand this? Okay, solve these sums on your own. It will be easy for you to understand. Okay, now the last sum, very simple sum. Ravi applied a force of 10 Newton. Means our force here is given as 10 Newton displacement, and moved the book 30 centimeter in the direction of the force. So this is our 30 centimeter is our S displacement. Now it is given in centimeter. This is in Newton, is SI system. Centimeter I have to convert it into meter. So it becomes 0.3 meters. Okay, what we have to find? How much work done? You know the simple formula. Work is equal to F into S. So 10 into 0.3, 3 joules. Okay, so work done by Ravi is 3 joule. Okay students, I hope you have understood all the sums. You will do it in your book again without using any calci and all. Do the calculations on your own. Okay, so it will be easy for you to understand them. Yes, so we will meet in the next presentation. Thank you. Sai Ram.